Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal, alongside the head coach of the UNCW Seahawks, Chris Neal. I'm Eric Rue, Coach. Another outstanding week for your crew. 2 wins, 2 shutouts, both at home. You have to be pleased with the effort of the team.
Very. That's 4 in a row. 2 6-point weekends. 6-point weekends in general are rare for any team, and to get 2 back-to-back is just an incredible feeling.
You come off a really strong weekend a week ago, and then you come back and you have William & Mary, a team that's always given the Seahawks problems. You shut them out. Then you turn around Sunday and have a 2-0 victory on Senior Day against Drexel. Looks like the team was able to take care of the emotions of the Senior Day stuff on Sunday and take care of business.
It was a lot of emotion, just a great senior class that we have. And the team really wanted to win on that Sunday, not just for our championship hopes, but for those seniors to just feel what it's like to see the field and also win on Senior Day. And all the seniors made a huge impact in our success this weekend. So just really, really stoked for them. We had a senior event on Saturday that was, a lot of fun and really emotional. And like I said last week, that emotion can work for you. It can work against you. I think it kind of did both for us on the Sunday.
Going back to Thursday night, you get that early goal in the opening 5 minutes from Emily Moxley, and then you had to play strong defense against William & Mary, a team, again, that's given the Seahawks trouble throughout the course of the 26 years of this program. But you guys answered the call and took care of business. You have to be pleased with the fact that you got that early goal, and then you were able to keep the tribe from getting on the scoreboard.
We came out flying. That was one of the best goals I've seen in a Seahawk jersey in a while. That was just an incredible team goal. It was clinical. It was ruthless. It was incredibly powerful and quick. And it felt like we could have scored another one maybe at any moment. Not to say that we were completely on top of the game, but we were continuing to create chances throughout the 90 minutes. When you're talking about Sarah Segan and the number 13 up top for William & Mary Kohler, those are 2 really dynamic athletes that you're just not going to – they're going to get something eventually in 90 minutes, and they did. But our back line blocked a couple of key shots, and Sydney Schneider came up with a big save when we needed it. And I love the fact that we can win games 1-0 this year. Last year, the team will agree with me, winning 1-0 just wasn't really in our repertoire. But this year it is. So that was an incredibly good victory for us.
Moving forward to Sunday, Senior Day, again, another really quick goal, this time coming from Grace Hersey. She gets her 3rd of the year in the 5th minute of the game. You guys get that early lead. How much of a confidence builder is it when you have a player like Grace, who hasn't seen a lot of time necessarily, come up and accept the challenge and score to get you that early lead?
Grace, we're really proud of her. We thought we had a good matchup early in that match with Grace against their center backs, and we gave her a mission and a job to accomplish, and she did it clinically. So she's just been fantastic at the right moment, stepping up big for this team. And that Sunday game had a little bit of a same feel to it as the William & Mary game. We scored early, and then it was a game that we continued to create chances, but it took a while for the second goal to come. But Audrey got him behind him and created the penalty, and Morgan finished it. So that gave us a little bit of breathing room at 2-0 on Sunday.
UNCW converting that penalty kick in the second half to take the 2-0 lead, and from there, the defense shut down the Dragons, I believe, holding them to just 1 shot in the remainder of the game. Defensively, over the last 3 weeks, your team has really stepped up and become a powerhouse in the league. You've only given up 3 goals in league play. At this point in the year, that's got to be one of your calling cards as you continue to push towards a regular season championship.
We told them at the beginning of the year that traditionally the CA regular season champion does not give up more than 7 goals in 9 matches. So we threw that out as a challenge. To have 5 straight shutouts is an incredible feat. The job is not done yet. We've got a very tough stretch of games against the most potent offense in the league year in and year out the past couple of years, which is Hofstra. So going into their place on Sunday is going to be a real test. And then we've got JMU and Delaware, who both have high-powered offenses. So we've had 5 straight shutouts, and I'm ready to see what our defense does against some of the best in the league.
Going back real quickly to those quick goals, I think if I counted correctly, 5 times this year you guys have scored in the opening 10 minutes of the game. When you get that early marker, the confidence has to go up a little bit and kind of steal some early momentum. As you look at that, how much of a benefit is that to get that first goal early on in the contest?
Well, I mean, goals are hard to come by in this sport. So I think our overall record the past 2 seasons when we score first is 16-1-1. Actually, our only loss, to my knowledge, when we scored first was last year versus Hofstra when we played at Duke University. So when we score first, it tends to favor us. I think just style of play, the game getting open, it works for us.
Turn your attention now to Hofstra, a team that, like you guys, will enjoy the Thursday night bye. We'll only play 1 game this week. How much of an advantage is it for you to have that Thursday bye after a slate of really tough games as you head into a very tough travel situation going up to Long Island?
Yeah, the timing of your bye is incredibly important. If it comes too early in the season, you can be weary and your legs can be heavy late in the season. I think that after 6 matches was a perfect time for us, and to go 5-1 in the first 6 and then get your bye coming down the home stretch, I hope it's beneficial to us. We give our kids a couple of days off, and we'll hit the training ground again this afternoon. But hopefully it serves us well, and we've got the legs down the stretch to play how we want to play.
Hofstra, as you mentioned, one of the toughest teams in terms of offense in this league. They've been traditionally at the top of the table when it comes to goal scoring. From a defensive standpoint, what are some of the things you have to do to limit the Pride's chances on Sunday?
Well, we've got to continue to stick to our DNA offensively of how we score goals. We've done a very good job of scoring goals the past 2 years as well. We score in similar ways, but we also score in very different ways. So than Hofstra, we've got to make sure that we, it's on turf, and it's going to be a very fast-paced game. Hofstra loves to get after teams on their home field and try to make things uncomfortable. We can't allow those type of factors to steer us away from what makes us good at scoring goals. So we've got to really have some conversations with our players about not letting the external elements, get to us on the day.
It's also senior day for the Pride. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of emotion, and they may have a similar situation to what you guys had last week with having senior day and whatnot. Having gone through that, what do you think could be some challenges for you in having to go through and watch that ceremony and wait things out a little bit longer than normal?
Yeah, I think we're on the senior day tour this year. We had Towson at senior day. I think we have Hofstra on senior day. And I think we have Delaware on senior day as well. So, you just have to make sure that you start the game quickly. And once the game starts, if you get a good start, the players can be themselves a little bit more. What you don't want to do is let that emotion of the other team catch you off guard. You got to expect a little bit of franticness at first, a little bit of chaos, and you just have to manage it, and eventually the game will hopefully settle.
Again, that game on Sunday, 1 o'clock start. You can watch it on the Seahawk Digital Network at uncwsports.com/SDN. Coach, we wish you the best of luck. We'll chat with you again next week.
Thanks so much.
That'll do it for this edition of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal. For the head coach of the Seahawks, Chris Neal, I'm Eric Root. Thanks for watching. See you next time.